Let's start spring decorating in the breakfast room. This is adjacent to the kitchen. We use this room often for quick, easy meals, and we love this room. It's bright and it's cheery. It has a ton of charm, but I really want to infuse this room with more color for spring. Yellow to me is one of the happiest colors, so we're going to be bringing in a lot of pops of yellow. I love these artificial tulips. I will have these linked below for you. They really do look authentic, and that's the only type of faux florals I like to use, is the most realistic looking ones that I can find.
When lights go out, you're in my mind. I close my eyes, so it's just you and I tell myself you'll be back again. When the stars are aligned, we will dance in the meadow on our favorite place. When spring is coming,
sharing with you some spring inspiration in home decor. We're going to start with some spring tablescapes. Hopefully I can give you some ideas or some inspiration on what you can do, maybe with some thrifted decor that you might have already in the house, and just create a moment with your dining table that you enjoy looking at, passing by, maybe that you want to take some pictures of to share for social media. That's usually what I do when I set up a tablescape like this. We're also going to be looking at some of my favorite spring decor that I've used throughout my home over the years. So I hope to give you some resources. If you see something that you love, check in the description below. I'll try and have it linked there for you. Also, if you end up liking this video or find it inspiring or useful at all, give me a like. I always appreciate when you help me out with that. It really does make a difference. And subscribe if you haven't yet. If you enjoy this type of content, a lot of home decor, decorating, thrifting, antiquing, if that's your jam, then I'm your girl. I have been loving these green block print pillows for spring this year. I just feel like they're vibrant and they're fresh looking. They bring in that pop of green that I love to see during this time of year, and they were fairly inexpensive. So I will have these linked below. I don't think you can go wrong with them. There's also many different colors to choose from if you're not keen on the green. But as for me, I absolutely love them, and I have size 24 by 24 just for reference. I'm also really enjoying these lifelike artificial cabbage heads that I discovered recently. I saw somebody on Instagram style them and I wanted to try them myself, and I have to say I'm not disappointed. I think that they really add a nice touch of an organic spring look to whatever vignette that you want to use them in. Again, these will be linked down below for you. Eggs are just an easy spring decor item that I like to bring in this time of year. They are easy to find. I think I probably got these at Hobby Lobby. Very inexpensive, but I just love the look that they add to a kitchen space for spring. I will link some very similar to this down below so that you can just do all your shopping in one place, but definitely pop in some eggs here and there. Let's create a nice centerpiece that is reminiscent of spring and Easter using a thrifted basket, a garland of greenery, some dried hydrangeas. Now you can use any type of florals that you want. You could even put foam at the bottom and a plastic container and use real florals. I'm using dried hydrangeas that I saved, and then bird's nests I always like to pull out for spring. These are probably from Hobby Lobby, and just some little blue bird eggs, and you have a really sweet spring centerpiece. I love these really bright green viburnum stems. I think they are perfect for spring because they bring in that vibrancy that we are all so desperately wanting to see in our homes after a long gray winter, especially here in Michigan. These stems were purchased from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. I know they are popular, so they probably still have them. They are just very high quality, very lifelike. I tell you, it's time to get rid of those old-fashioned faux florals and just invest in these really nice, real touch versions. Spring decor I'm always on the hunt for when I'm at the thrift store are, of course, bunnies. And if you can find bunnies with cabbage, even better. I found these recently, both just weeks apart from each other. I love them. Also, be on the lookout for birds and ducks when you go to the thrift store. I thrifted this lemon topiary in Florida while we were down there visiting. I painted the leaves from green to cream, and I love pulling this out every spring. I think it just adds that nice pop of joyful yellow. Well, the first thing that I wanted to do to get the house all livened up for spring was to add a really impactful flower arrangement right in these gorgeous windows. It's just the perfect spot to have something that really makes a big statement. So I get a lot of my faux stems from Hobby Lobby. They just have the best selection in our area, and the prices are always good when you get them 50% off. So I saw these really bright, like young hydrangea stems, and I loved how citrusy they were, and not normally a color that I use in my decorating, but I'm really excited to add this bright, fresh, vibrant green into the house this spring. So I'm putting them in this large glass vase, and I just want them to be substantial and really make that statement when you look into the room. And I definitely think that I achieved it with this, but I'll let you continue watching how it all comes together. I knew I needed to give the inside of this hutch some attention because it started becoming a little bit of a catch-all for my spring decor that I hadn't yet put out. So I'm just kind of rethinking how some of the items in here are displayed and just putting things in a little bit more of aesthetically pleasing position. I'm going to kind of group some of the books together and some of the plates together. I find that when you group collections of things, it's a little bit less visually chaotic, even though it's actually a lot of stuff. It just doesn't really appear that way when you use that little decorating trick.
And you ever wonder if days like these last with one another, with the feeling pass? Would you find out with me if it all starts to crumble? We'll search the pieces for a hope or a mumble. Is in a stream, the ocean called for you and me. Still, I'm in this game, but without my closest friend. It's leaving now. I waited here, but nothing came. So I close my eyes, 'cause you reflect in everything. It's shine.